Could we play the NBC report? Because it was very telling.
I don't know if we have it. Do we have it?
It's all over social media. It's all over Twitter. I tweeted it out,
I can pull it up on my Twitter.
But they also reported that the police officers didn't know the severity of the situation, didn't know that it was Paul Pelosi. And that's, again, just extremely unlikely.
Arrived here at the Pelosi home exactly a week ago today. They initially didn't have any idea exactly what was going on. They knew they had a high priority call on their hand. What was unclear, what was happening inside the property just behind me.
This morning, Paul Pelosi is home, back at the house that became a crime scene a week ago today. NBC News learning new details about the moments police arrived. Sources familiar with what unfolded in the Pelosi residence now revealing when officers responded to the high-priority call, they were seemingly unaware they'd been called to the home of the Speaker of the House.
How?
After a knock and announce, the front door was opened by Mr. Pelosi. The 82-year-old did not immediately declare an emergency or try to leave his home.
Why?
But instead began walking several feet back into the foyer toward the assailant and away from police. It's unclear if the 82-year-old was already injured or what his mental state was, say sources. According to court documents, when the officer asked what was going on, defendant smiled and said everything's good. But instantaneously, a struggle ensued as police clearly saw David DePape strike Paul Pelosi in the head with a hammer. After tackling the suspect, officers rushed to Mr. Pelosi, who was lying in a pool of blood.
What we do know is he brutally attacked Mr. Pelosi and attempted to kill him.
After spending several days in the ICU, Pelosi, who is recovering from a fractured skull and serious injuries to his arm and hand, is now home, where Capitol Police remain on alert. Investigators have previously said Pelosi did not know DePape when the 42-year-old broke into his home.
How did they know?
Why Pelosi didn't try to flee or tell responding officers he was in distress is unclear.
Fear takes
All right, let's pause real quick. There is zero confirmation that DePape broke into the house.
Right.
This is between Pelosi and DePape. DePape's pleaded not guilty. There is a statement he gave. And so what I mean to say is, I'll clarify. There is circumstantial evidence he broke into the house. A lot of it. I'm saying is we've not seen hard evidence. The story is as they claim. We've not seen videos. We've not seen like third parties. We just have the two people involved saying, here's what happened. And then the cops changing their story 50 times. Yeah. So I think it's fair to say, why did NBC delete this video? Maybe the reporter was lying. Maybe the reporter was wrong. If you come to me and said, hey, Tim, this reporter lied, I would say, is it a day ending in Y? So then someone says, yo, pull that story. This isn't true. I'd be like, not surprising. Now, hold on. That being said, deleting the video itself could be them trying to manipulate and cover up. So if you told me they deleted the video because it was true, I'd say, is it a day ending in Y? So I'm not going to sit here and trust NBC.
But their report was predominantly based on the police reports and interviews they did with the police. So the burden of proof is not on NBC here. It's on the police officers who are trying to tell you there's no way the two knew each other. How do you know that? Were they following and spying on these two people for their whole lives? Again, that doesn't make sense. And another aspect here that doesn't make sense is this suspect that broke into the home was allegedly a mastermind, Q MAGA guy who was going to target Pelosi and go after her, saw the cops, and then that's the moment he decided to take a hammer and strike Paul. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up.